Um, okay, so, excuse my lips. They look really ashy, but they're really not. Hmm. Yeah, just kind of glowy. Um, yeah. Okay, so today is June the 29th to 2020. Um, and a lot of people know that we're going through this whole COVID pandemic, which is gonna have us locked up again, people. It's gonna be a lot worse. Um, but as I'm walking my dog, which I constantly am, I noticed that there are so many people outside, and not only outside, they have a social, like not a social gathering. They have like this party, and then I know on the 4th they have this thing across the street from where I live at called Fun Fest. And if you look across the street, I don't know what kind of thing they're having over across the street. But if you go like back towards that way, I mean, it's so many people. It's got to be at least 500 people at this whole thing, and they're having music and all this type of stuff. And it just made me start thinking about um, the cases, because they're talking about they're trying to uh, flatten the curve. Um, but they're not talking about how this is gonna affect how this is gonna affect the people around. If you really want to slow down the curve, you're not gonna open up and have these gatherings everywhere. You can't keep people locked up, and most of us aren't. I'm not trying to say that either, because I definitely don't want to be locked up for the rest of my life. But we know this is a society that we're moving towards and that we're living in. We know that there is an expectation of deaths that are supposedly supposed to go on, and we know that this agenda has a targeted audience. It's not just in general, it's a targeted audience. So I'm gonna say this: why would you put yourself in that situation? you know um for me, I've been staying away as far as I possibly can. um the mask thing, I try to stay not to wear it, because I have to wear it to work a lot, and I work quite a bit. And also, I want to keep my immune system up, and we all know if you stay with that mask on 10-12 hours, longer than 10-12 hours a day, you're breaking your immune system down, to where you're not able or susceptible to handle uh the bad bacteria and the bad germs that we have in our everyday life. Not only that, something that we're supposedly not familiar with. Um, you're not going to be able to fight it all. You're weakening your immune system. You're germing, sanitizing, over sanitizing yourself. You're weakening your immune system. So yeah, why would you go and put yourself at harm's way? Or even if you feel like this is, because some people still think it's a game or a joke, and they can be okay with it. Okay, if you feel that way, and I'm gonna say this is because this is part of opinion, right? We're gonna act like it's an opinion. Okay, you feel like it's a hidden agenda inside of this. Why would you put yourself in harm's way of someone making you a target victim? Um, because if you seeing that it's not real and things like that, but people are getting taken away and being isolated because of it. Why would you go to a place where there are so many people around, and then especially with our whole phones, how they say that this is a whole health thing, and they're tagging our phones, which we know that's all data information. Why would you go and put yourself in harm's way? Why? If somebody wants to kill me, or somebody wants to take my life, guess what? You're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to work for it. I'm not going to just give it to you. So with that being in mind, I want to say, please be wise. Be wise in this whole thing. We can't help how people are portraying certain different demographics. We can't, and that's black, white, orange, Asian, whatever you want to, because it's all an illusion how what's going on or whatever, about how they're portraying everyone to be. Every white person is this certain type. Every black person is this certain type. Every Asian person is this certain type. Or generally they are, and that's still stereotyping. And we know that's not true. Everyone has their own mind, their own person. Everyone's not the same. So, yeah, but why would you put yourself in harm's way? Why would you put yourself in that situation? And I want to say this, because I know people are like, what happened? Okay, because God gave me a dream about this. They were going to be pinging people, and I told them that they're going to be pinging people from their freaking phones. Now I didn't know anything about the virus or anything, but I knew about the pinging. So they have an app. You guys know about it. They have an app, and that's on not only iPhones, it's on Google's, on all the new phones, okay? And when you get your regular update and you automatically agree to the updates, they're taking more and more. You hear it? They're taking more and more and more of your information, data, learning about you, So they have this thing where it's supposed to be a health thing. So if you're around someone who has COVID, or COVID susceptible, then everyone that they've, been around with could be susceptible to it. So then they can say, you've been in contact with someone who has it, And if you work, I want to say this. If you work anywhere, chances are you've been around someone who has had it already, or who has been around someone who's had it. It's just, this information is going to be the determining factor, because now they're saying with this information, they'll be able to pinpoint people and stop it before it comes. So now they're going to be coming to people who are, who've been around these people. If you've been in a crowd and you walk past somebody who had it, you could be, 5.5 feet away. You're not 6 feet away. Yeah, you can be labeled as, a target for a person who has COVID. So they can test you. They can do all kinds of stuff, and you could have it. So why? My whole thing, like I said, why would you put yourself in harm's way? I'm not telling you to be afraid. I'm not telling you to be fearful at this time. We know what we're facing right now. We know what we're facing now. I'm not going to sit here and try to baby it. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it. We know we are in the last days. And if anybody don't believe that, either they are a agent for Satan, or they just dumb. They are not spiritually in tune to what is going on and what is surrounding them. But my thing is, you already know, we've been through this whole thing, and everybody's been jumping up with all these everything's been coming to the surface. They want to have divisions about, color of your skin. They want to have divisions against nations. They want to have divisions against all this kind of stuff. My thing is, and that it's a target audience that they're trying to do. My thing is, why would you put yourself in harm's way? Not only that, we have a new order. While people were talking and marching about whole, Black Lives Matter, we just had an executive order where they can come into your home, and it's been approved, and it has been passed now, you guys. It's been approved, and it's telling you that you have no rights as far as you not letting these people inside and having them to test you in your own home. So your privacy. Your privacy in your own home is gone, okay? It's gone. You know, we need to look at what the bigger picture is. And like I said, either way, you know, how things are going down, I'm not being afraid. I'm telling you, do not be afraid. I'm not trying to put fear in it. But you have to look at a snake for what it is. You don't go and you go into the enemies and know that it's an enemy that's going against you, and walk into the trap and say, okay, well, he hasn't slashed yet, I can still do this. No, we're supposed to guard ourselves. Okay? You don't let a snake stay in the grass, y'all. Don't let a snake stay in the grass. Y'all sitting there, y'all, no. That's why sometimes you might need to disconnect from social media. You might need to disconnect sometimes by not bringing your electronics out and not letting your devices come out. Maybe sometimes you might need to leave your devices at home. Not to say, you know, I'm trying to tell you what to do. Just a couple of suggestions, you know. Stay away from crowds that are really, really, really huge. A lot of these phones, we all have like the facial recognition. I don't even have the top-notch phone anymore, and this phone is an older phone, and with the update, it has facial and thumbprint recognition. Whereas when it was first issued out, it did not have it. It supposedly didn't have it, y'all. Y'all hear it? And if y'all talking about, I know a lot of people gonna get mad at this too. If y'all talking about, okay, well they joining up for God and they praying, I have no problem with that. But at the same time, you're supposed to use discernment. You're supposed to use discernment, y'all. And yeah. I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. But don't let a snake stay in your grass. Keep your grass low. Watch out for things, you know. And be wise. So I'm gonna get off of here. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey to and thank you for choosing Journey to Jerusalem. Thank you. Bye.